Everybody, Anthony here with roofing.com. Had a lot of requests recently on how to get started and where to find a license key and just a bunch of little things like that. So I thought I'd put together a impromptu tutorial on getting started. So there's not going to be any fancy editing or fancy voiceovers. This is kind of just coming off the cuff. So bear with me. Anyway, I have the app set up in an emulator, so I'm pretty much going to go through everything from start to finish, just where everything is and how to get started. Anyway, this is going to assume that you've already created an account on the RoofNG.com page, and you could register by clicking on the Register tab and over here. After you've created your account and you've logged in, this is what you're going to see. This is your dashboard. And there's a little bit of everything on here. It's going to give you information about your free trial, a place to download your app, section for recent projects, a getting started checklist, which is something that I think everybody needs to go through, and some video tutorials. If you downloaded the app, this is what you see. It's going to ask for your usual email and password, but it's also asking for your license key. This is where I get a lot of support requests. Where do I find my license key? Well, there is a little link right here that gives you a little help section. Now, bear with me. It's slow on the emulator, but this is here's your little help section. But I'm actually going to show you step by step. In your back end, notice right here it says Manage Licenses. Okay, so if we go ahead and click on that, and there we go. Man, my internet is slow today. So here is our license. Okay, when you sign up, you're already granted one user license. If you want to purchase more, you can right here. But this is what we really need, is this license number right here. WQTS 0OW9. That's a little confusing on that one, but that is the license key that's going to be entered right here. Now, to make things easier, you could actually, we just added this, matter of fact, the other day. To make things easier, you can enter in the phone number of the phone that you installed the app on. That way you could just copy and paste without having to read out the whole license key. So give this a shot. This really helps out, makes things easier. Anyway, let's go ahead and enter in our information. This is for Bob the Roofer. Let's see, Bob at RoofNG.com, our password, and let's enter in our license key. Now, one of the changes that we made was we made this so that way it's not case sensitive. So you can enter this in any way you want. So let's go WQTS. Make sure you add your hyphen 0OW9. All right, let's log in. Oh, got a problem there. Let's see what we got. Oh, there we go. Bob at RoofNG.com. There we go. Okay, success. Now, let's wait till this loads. Okay, now if you haven't watched any of our tutorials on how to actually measure a property, that's fine. I'm actually going to go through that right now. So let's go ahead and enter in, let's see, 1, 2, here we go, 1, East Main Street. If you haven't noticed, I'm in North Carolina, so now this requires you to have touchscreen, which I don't have, so I'm just going to kind of measure this little area right here. So basically what you want to do is just click on the corners like that, and that will give you your square footage. Now, we have this information right here. We have this label. We can come down here and we can actually hit hide labels. And I suggest doing this because it actually makes moving your red circles a little bit easier. You could hide your pins if you choose. Hide your labels, hide both, and hide none. Let's just hide our labels. Now, if you scroll down and look at this layer, this is a total of 1,300 square feet. But let's say this looks like a flat roof, but let's say that there is a pitch. Let's go ahead and, now since we're not doing individual sections, we're going to use the hip and valley tool. So let's just pick something here. Let's just say we'll do a 512. All right, and let's set that. And you can see that the total square footage here changed. It's actually increased. It's taken into consideration your pitch. Now, I do suggest watching the other videos. They're going to go into more detail about when to use the hip and valley, when to use the pitch tool. This tutorial is really just to kind of get you started. You can delete layers, delete point. You can clear the map, start a new layer. You could zoom in, and you could save. Now let's go ahead and save this. So let's just type in sample, right, and hit save project. Now after we hit save, we can go ahead down here to reports, and here it is. Now you could actually pull down, if you don't see anything show up here, you could actually pull this down and refresh the view. Now, let's go ahead and click on that. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and create a report. Now, I am going to just let you know that your reports are really based off of all the information that you add into settings. Okay, now, right now, the only thing that's in here is going to be a company name, a default company name that says My Roofing Company, but there's room for your first name, your address, your company, your city, zip code, everything. You could upload a logo. Now, make sure you do this before you try generating reports for your actual clients. Now, let's go back over here. All right, so here's our default image. We need to capture a screenshot of the map that we just created. We could do that simply by clicking on that little icon, and it'll say, our screenshot will be available shortly. Please use the refresh icon to update the view. All right, and this is our refresh icon, so you can go ahead and, oh, that was actually pretty quick. Usually it takes about 10 seconds. That was actually less than that. This is a screenshot of what we were just working on. Now, this doesn't really look that good. It's got a wide view, so I want to kind of zoom in on that and make it look nice and pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the Enable Crop button and just drag the marquee over the property. Now, let's go ahead and center that. And all right, that looks pretty good. Go ahead and hit crop. Okay, well, there's the screenshot that we're going to be using for our reports. Looks pretty good. If you make a mistake, no big deal. You could hit reset and it will bring you back to where you were before. All right, so let's go ahead and hit create screenshot and give it a couple of seconds. Take a sip of my coffee. Let's take a look here. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's enable crop. Let's drag our marquee. Let's place it over the property. Let's crop it. Now we can go ahead and save. Okay. Now we can enter in our customer's information. We could just say, how about Ray's tires? Because that looks... Okay. You can enter in the customer's email, ray@gmail.com. It's got the total square footage, total squares, your estimated cost. Let's just say 19,000. Roof type, you could just say flat. Any customer notes prepared by, you can enter in your name, your report title. if you're doing this for an insurance company, I mean, if you're doing this for a replacement and it's going to be paid for by the insurance company, you could add the insurance company here, your claim number, and here's our report options. This is everything that's going to appear on the report. Display the company logo, display the company name. If you notice that some of these are grayed out and you can't select them, that is because we have not gone into the settings and entered that information. Okay, so when I go ahead and generate this report, it's really going to be very vanilla and bland because there's no company information entered. At the top of the screen, you'll see this little icon. This is where we get our report. Go ahead and click on that. Give it a second. Now, if you look here, yourroofestimate.com. Now, we originally had the PDF coming from the manage.roofing URL, and that just didn't look right. If you're going to send this to a client, you want it to be kind of private label, a little bit more professional. So we actually set this up so that way when you send this to your clients, it's going to come from yourroofestimate.com. And we just think that looks a little bit better. Okay. Now, here is a sample. Once again, very vanilla, very bland, doesn't have any of the information, doesn't have your company's information on here. But I just wanted to show you the functionality right now. Here's your PDF. You can open the PDF and save it using this button. And the reason why we did that is because on Android phones, Android's owned by Google, and Google and Adobe do not get along. So when you try to open up a PDF in an Android phone, it gives you a world of problems. So if you actually click this on an Apple phone, the PDF will open up in a new browser window. If you click this on an Android phone, it's going to download it. So what a nightmare trying to get that to work on both types of phones here. Anyway, it worked out well. You could actually send this if you want by clicking that little icon down here on the bottom. And let's see, you can pretty much copy, print, add, bookmark, all that other fancy stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on this open PDF. And let's see if it works in the emulator. There we go. All right. And it should pull up the PDF. I'm going to give it a second here, let it load. Once again, my computer's slow. My internet is horrible. All right, here we go. Here's our PDF. Now you can click on this little button here on the bottom. And on an Android phone, it's going to be up here usually. But on a regular phone, you should have the options to send this via text message or email or share to Facebook, however you want. Actually, if you share it to Facebook, it looks really, really cool. Anyway, well, that's pretty much about it. We have our settings here. There's a help section that gives you a little bit of reference on how things work. Don't forget to use your desktop version. Your desktop version works great in the office. People call in and, your receptionist could give estimates right from the phone. I mean, it's fantastic. You can get a better zoom on the desktop version. Keep track of your reports. Has a little bit more with your billing and your video tutorials. Anyway, that's about it. If you have any questions, listen, folks, you can contact us anytime. We have a 1-800 number. There's a link on the bottom of the website that says contact us. I promise you, I am here almost 24 hours a day to answer questions for you. So if you're having problems logging in or whatever it may be, if you notice a bug, if you notice a bug and you tell me about it, and I might actually take care of you and give you a little free upgrades and stuff like that. So please use the contact us, use the phone number, and that's about it. Yeah, I hope you have a great week and talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye now.